The first time I opened it, it didn't play live.
Yeah.
So I'm literally like, that looks like a weird shark. So and in my head I was like, it might be a manatee. Because it could be more of a manatee than a shark.
Studying it.
And if you ain't fucking with this podcast, then you're just a bitch ass trick.
Janice W. Shout out Janice.
Okay,
Janice,
intro.
she's
AJ's
not even in
champion.
the Discord, huh?
I don't think so.
We need
I
to
don't
get her
know
in the
who she
Discord.
is.
Welcome back to another episode of Save It for the Pod, episode
Jesus,
number.
You yelled.
Yes, sir.
I'm not that loud though. I yelled.
It sounded.
It doesn't
like
sound that loud in my headphones. Hopefully, it's not that loud for other people's. 105,
109.
109,
Or 110. Sorry.
110.
110. Yeah.
Damn, 110. Whose number's
Just flying
110?
by.
I don't think
Highway 110.
Where's that located?
I don't know, somewhere.
the one
somewhere in
10
the world.
The one is something 10 is in Florida. I mean California, right?
It might be.
Yeah, sounds familiar.
Yeah. But since AJ the champion, he taking over the pod. Shout out
Yeah,
AJ.
you're leading.
Yeah. The
You're leading the pod. I mean.
the initial, or like the first initial of the your last name or first
Oh,
name.
the basketball
Yeah.
thing. I was like, what am I, the champion?
So
of?
AJ blew
I
out.
was happy though.
Bro, I was surprised that shit was a blowout.
Yeah, I thought AJ's team was better than mine. I didn't. I think I mentioned that before. His
Yeah,
team's just,
you did.
And they, not only that, you had more. I feel like big name players to the like general public. Like someone who,
more popular.
Yeah, like people who don't really watch basketball will know who Allen Iverson is.
Yeah.
Your team did too.
You think so?
Trust Paul.
I mean, the only ones I could think
Clyde
of.
Drexler was probably
Clyde
like
Drexler and Chris Webber. Like, if you don't watch basketball or never watch basketball in your life, you probably don't know who Chris Webber is.
Yeah.
That's facts. That's true.
That's
maybe.
possible.
Got you.
And then Clyde Drexler. Like, if you don't watch basketball, you know.
Clyde the Glide.
But people hear about Chris Paul, like he's in a lot of commercials now,
Mhm.
so that obviously helps. And then Charles Barkley's on TV, so people know who he is, even if they might not watch.
Fought upon.
And I can't remember who the last one was. Carmelo. Oh,
Yeah,
we're talking about
Carmelo.
Carmelo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carmelo, Charles, and Chris. Those are three big
I actually
names.
picked your team over AJ because I felt like your team would play better together.
Think so? I thought mine would play. I was like, I thought mine would play better.
Yeah, I thought it
but
was
don't
just
know.
the 5 best players. That's why
Yeah.
I was like, oh, AJ's.
I just saw Anthony Edwards at the 3 would have thrown a lot of people off, so I'm surprised that people still rocked with your team like that.
Yeah.
But
But a lot of threes are like 6'5" now too.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
He would have been getting worked by Carmelo though.
probably.
Prime Carmelo, that wouldn't have been no match.
Yeah,
that would
he's
have been a
too strong.
mismatch. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
too strong, too little.
Who is your 4?
And he doesn't even need to
Oh,
dribble.
Charles.
Charles,
right?
yeah, Charles
That's strong.
and C. Webb. So you had space. You had big men that rebound, can defend. Chris Webb could defend. You had Chris Paul that can control the offense.
Yeah.
And you had Clyde the Glide that can shoot threes. He can get to the paint. He can shoot jumpers. Like, I just felt overall you had and then Carmelo had the complete offensive package. So
Yeah.
that's why I picked his team over AJ's.
Yeah, look, I'd probably put 8. I probably put 80 on Carmelo, and then. I mean, yeah, then that would mean Charles Barkley is on.
Anthony
Who's your
Edwards.
on Anthony Edwards?
and
but
that's too
Chris
little.
Webber.
I probably but defensively. But you have Alonzo, who's a great shot blocker, great rebounder, and a good big. So it's like
But Chris Webber could pull him away from the paint.
if that's the case, then you just put Anthony Edwards on him. If that's what they're gonna do,
Yeah, if you put, but even say you put
and
Anthony Edwards
Zoe
on,
can play home.
if you put Anthony Edwards
I play
on
in the paint.
Barkley, how Shaq say it, barbecue chicken,
Mouse in the house.
mouse in the burst. Charles Barkley would go for 50.
Yeah. But for the people that don't care about sports, we back. Phil back.
We back.
AJ in the building. Luke in the building.
I'm
Phil
in
and
the
I.
building.
are
Phil
in
was
the-
outside, bro. He's getting.
Phil was
getting a
outside
little
of the
dark.
building.
So
Outside.
you was in out of town hanging with your rounds.
Out of town, thugging
Booty
with my
hole
round.
Bro, he's looking like a whole whopper.
That song really been stuck in my head though, for real. Like
Wait.
I was singing that shit all
So
yesterday.
you got to tell us about
Who's got
Tulum.
that song stuck in my head? You guys.
It was
Yeah.
me
No.
last
One
month.
of
Yeah.
them.
So
Oh,
tell us about
that was
Tulum.
awesome.
Tulum was great.
Why were you there again? Tell the people.
So I was there because the homie's fiance, like Patty's fiance Mike, he invited me to his bachelor's party, which is cool because Mike's a cool dude, and so for me it was like, other than Mike, I didn't know anybody on his bachelor party in his bachelor party, so I was like the outsider. And I met a couple of them like once or twice, but we didn't really have full conversation. So like my first real interaction with these guys was in Tulum, and it was cool, man. I kind of just gelled into the group. There was no issues. We had a great fucking time.
You were the token.
No.
Oh,
you
what?
Mike got a black. He got another homeboy from Chicago that's black.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
So it
what's
was 3 guys on a trip that live in either from Chicago or live in Chicago. So we connected super easy.
Yeah.
And then I connected with his other homeboy. He had another guy from Denver and another guy from Atlanta. Like
You
cool,
talking about Seth?
Yeah, cool ass white boys. Yeah, man, it was fun. It's expensive as fuck.
All
I
right,
bet.
so
Bro,
tell us about the trip, bro.
What do you want to know? Like, it's
I want to know everything. Like, what
Give
y'all
us the
did.
tea. What's the tea? Phil?
Restaurants? Did you see any
Is that, he
iguanas?
can't give us.
All right, so yeah, it's a bachelor
All right, so
party.
boom.
So I'm gonna give
Yeah,
you what
can't
I can
really
give
us
you.
the
Yeah.
whole. Yeah.
So initially we had an Airbnb.
Wait, time out. How many times did you guys say what happens in Tulum stays in Tulum? How many times?
We didn't say that. It was kind of understood.
I know, but people just
Yeah.
like saying cliche
Yeah.
things.
Nah,
so-
it was
Live,
it was
laugh,
like
love, Tulum.
it was funny because we get there and it was we get there, bro, and it's just like a hey guys.
As soon as you got there, you
this
guys went
is
to
a
church,
bachelor's party. We
Yeah,
set
for real.
set our boundaries.
right?
So this is what we can't do.
And you went
And
to the local monastery.
What were the stuff you can't do?
Just
You can say that.
yeah.
Yeah, like you
It's
can't.
just like I'm not having sex. Like I'm not cheating on my fiance.
Oh.
Yeah.
yeah, he's
type
not
shit.
fingering buttholes. You know.
Yeah.
I thought they were like a long.
No. It's just like if I get faded. And
Oh,
you
don't let
think
me
I
do
can
no-
get- don't
yeah,
let me
okay.
do nothing
Yeah,
crazy
yeah,
type
yeah.
shit. And we like, bro, we got you. So everybody
yeah.
went through that. Like, bro, I'm here to do this, but don't let me go wild.
Yeah.
Like, don't let me get crazy.
Yeah.
So we did that speech the first night, which was hilarious. And then initially our Airbnb, we had an Airbnb similar to Luke when he went there.
Did you have a priest bless it with holy water, or you guys didn't do that?
Nah, we did. I got it one at a time.
My bad.
All right, because you'll throw me off.
Okay, so
Actually,
you
so
had an
initially,
Airbnb.
flying into Tulum, we go through customs. So as they were waiting at, we had a driver because Tulum is like.
He didn't even finish his.
I know I got to start from the.
Yeah, he's starting from
I'm
like.
starting all
So he
the way
woke up
over,
and he
yeah.
brushed his teeth.
Yeah, I'm starting all the way over because I jumped ship. Sorry, we're gonna redo this again.
Yeah, but
Go
wasn't
ahead.
you switching Airbnbs before you even got there?
I didn't know that until we got there.
Oh, so you did it before, but you didn't know about it. Okay.
Yeah, because so before we traveled, in our group message, there's no real itinerary.
Yeah.
So this whole trip, I kind of don't know what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, hey, this is how much the Airbnb was. Cool, we sent the money for the Airbnb. Like they sent the Airbnb in the chat, and it was just like, all right. And I was like, so the day of the trip, like traveling the night before, I'm like, hey, what's the plan? It was like, oh, we got to figure it out. I'm like, all right, never sent shit. Cool. I'm not really stressed out about it because like I know men.
Yeah.
And some men just kind of we just do shit at times. So
Mhm.
it's like even though I don't have a physical plan, I got a plan type shit. So I'm like,
Well,
all
yeah,
right, I don't be stressing out about that, whatever. So we fly into Tulum. They there early. Mike, Seth, and Tyler. So they waiting at one of the bars like Margaritaville. So as I'm coming through customs, I see the duty free and I'm like, yo, should I grab a bottle? So I picked up a bottle of tequila. And then
At the airport?
at the duty free, yeah.
Bro, that shit's gonna be like twice the price.
Nah, the duty free is cheaper.
Is it?
Yeah,
it's
tax-free.
cheaper and it's tax free.
Oh, okay.
So I got a bottle of Don Julio and Tulum you fly into Cancun. To get to Tulum is like a 2-hour drive. You got something to say?
I was just gonna ask, why didn't you buy it when you were actually in Tulum, like when you got there, when you drove from Cancun to Tulum?
I just figured we can have it for the ride to
Oh, okay.
like as we're driving. So I was like, oh, did anybody grab a bottle? That was my first thought. I was like, do we got a bottle? Like I didn't even think to stop in Tulum. I was just like, all right, it's here, and I know it's cheap at the duty free. So I grabbed the bottle. We meet up at the airport. The driver, we hop in up. We got this van. Driver drives us. So he offers us beer as soon as we get into the van, and it's again. So we just blessing bottles, pouring beers. Bro, we stopped on the side of the road 3 times in that 2-hour drive to piss on the side of the highway. It was wild.
Weak ass bladders, bro.
But like pissing out like in the middle of the street.
Yeah,
Like it's
yeah.
crazy. He's like, hey, just pull over. You know, we some white boys. Just pull over. We're just pee on the side of the
Some
road.
white boys like you, not the king of pissing anywhere, bro.
I do piss anywhere, but that's some white boy shit. That is
It's some white boy plus Phil shit.
true. So it wasn't an issue. And it's crazy because like as we were pissing, facing the area that we were pissing in, like construction drivers are like coming through a construction area. So we're just like waving at them dicks out. So I'm just like, all right, it's about to be a great trip.
Yeah.
So we get to the air. We get
That makes you think great. He's like, we got 5 dicks out at once.
Because
This
I'm
is gonna be
already
a
like-
fan.
Five dicks
'cause I'm
out,
already
waving at
thinking,
people.
like,
Pause.
we clearly don't care about the rules. Like, we already doing what we kind of just want to do.
He's like, all these dicks. This is gonna be the best trip ever.
Nah, I'm not seeing any dicks. It is what it is. Like, I'm not just, oh my God, your dick's out. So we get to our place, and initially I was like, damn, this ain't the Airbnb. They were like, no, we changed it last minute, but the price stayed the same. I was like, cool. So I didn't really care. We ended up staying at Zama's, which is right. There's like, Tulum is like Vegas. There's just a strip, like a
Yeah.
long mile of shit to do. So we stayed, I guess that would be like the southern part of that mile. But it's like a beachfront property, so it's like it's a full house. Which is
Oh,
kinda
on the
nice.
beach. A house on the beach?
Yeah,
That's lit.
it's like a private residence. We get our own 24-hour security. So that was cool.
Sheesh.
And the first, what did we do the first day? I think the first day we went to, what's that joint? The Rosa del.
No, second day was Rosa Negra.
What was the first place? I sent it to you. I forget. We went to like one of them dinner turned club places.
Got you.
So we did that, got bottles, and it was like a Thursday night, I believe. So it was kind of chill, nothing too crazy. It was cool. We actually ended up at Rosa Negra too that night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they had a really good
Rosa Negra's good.
They had a really good mushroom curry. I'm like, it was delicious. I don't know if it was because I was drinking, but it was just fuego.
Nah, their food out of all the restaurants was the
It was
best.
really good, yeah. And so we went to Jungle Gym, which is like this really popular gym in Tulum. Looks like you working out with Flintstone stuff. So I got some really cool videos there. We did that. We went
What'd
to.
you do? What exercises?
I did
Mike was.
I did like a
was
full.
hype about
We
it.
did like a full workout.
Yeah.
So they had bags. So they had gloves too, like some beat up gloves. So I got on the bag. We did bench press, pull ups, lat pulls.
I was gonna ask why you didn't post any of this, but you definitely would have looked like a basic bitch if you would have posted that.
I'm gonna
because
post
everyone
it.
posts it.
I know, but at least after the fact, it's a little bit better. But if I don't know, it would have just looked really basic if you would have
Yeah.
posted it while you was there.
I mean,
I'm proud of you.
I got good videos. I'm gonna just post it eventually. But it was crazy because we jogged to Jungle Gym from our place. So it was
Yeah.
like a 1.8 kilometer jog, and I ran it in Crocs because I didn't.
Nigga, we in the U.S. I don't know that conversion. What's 1.8 kilometers?
It's like half a mile and a half.
Nigga goes out of the U.S. once and now thinks he's better than
That's
us.
a big difference, Phil.
It total was like a 3-mile jog. Like
Okay.
1.5 miles there, 1.5 miles back.
Got you.
But again, because we didn't have an itinerary, niggas didn't tell me, hey, bring some athletic clothes. We're gonna go to this famous like gym in Tulum. So I'm like, all right. But I had like my
Wait,
fight-
a 5K is like 3 miles.
Yeah, it's
Oh, yeah,
1
that
mile.
is- that is true.
It's 1.8 is 1.1 miles.
1.1,
I
so
just Googled
2.3. Something like that. Yeah. It wasn't a long run.
Yeah.
But I did it in Crocs. I did it in the Brembreys.
That actually upset me for a second, but then I remembered that I had my own pair, so I instantly was like, oh, okay, I'll let it slide.
It was funny because shout out Young DP. She was like, did you put him in sport mode? And I did not. I forgot. I had pretty decent blister though.
Damn.
But actually running in Crocs wasn't that bad. So we did that, and then we went to a day party at Bagatelles, which was kind of cracking.
Bro, Bagatelles, wasn't it better? Did you eat there? Or no?
I mean, we ordered food during the day party, but like,
But it was better than the Bagatelle here,
the day party was lit.
bro.
Wait, there's this
Day
bag.
party
I don't
Yeah, there's
even
a
know what
Bagatelle
that
in
is.
There's
Miami.
Bagatelle Miami
Bro,
that
but
we've been
it's
to.
trash.
It was solid when we went. Like the
You-
food wasn't great.
You
But
told me the food was awful.
The food wasn't great, but I'm talking about the party was fun.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
sure.
the party was fun.
But
I thought the
if
food
you're
was
paying if you're paying that much for food, like the cheapest thing on the menu, I think the cheapest entree is like $60 or something.
yeah,
And the
yeah.
cheapest appetizer is like 35 or something like that.
Jeez.
So you're easily spending like a few $100s, and the drinks are like $20 a drink.
Yeah, we went. It was 6 people.
But the food is like it's like you're eating dog food.
It's trash. The food
Like,
is
I'd
trash,
rather eat
but the
dog
vibes is like you go like in my mind I was like, all right, well the vibes is great, the drinks are strong, so
Yeah.
cool, whatever. So we did Bagatelles, we did a day party at Bagatelles. I think we did a day party at Rosa Negra too. On that like the following Saturday, we went to Animal House, which is in downtown Tulum, and so we got lucky because I saw who'd I see? I didn't know this person, but I was just I chopping up random people. It was this
Yeah.
black person. I saw like these older black women in the pool. So I started chopping it up because one of them said they was from Detroit. So I'm like, oh, you from the Midwest? Start chopping it up. She was like, oh, Black and Tulum is here. They got events. And Black and Tulum is like a whole like event bright type deal
Really?
that I didn't know. So we ended up going to like this all black party.
Nice.
That was kind of fun. DJ was cracking.
That's lit.
But it was like any black club, overpacked. We ended up getting this little section. It was a lot of cool people.
But was this black people like your age or like older?
No, it was
black
like
people?
20s, 30s.
Okay.
Probably 40s too, just all the black people in Tulum.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like the diaspora. So it's
Yeah.
Caribbean people, Africans.
Nice.
Like I saw the dudes we was behind in VIP, like they were from like DC and Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
So like just meeting hella people. So we did that. What else did we do? I'm trying to. I forgot a lot of this, bro. It was a marathon. Like drank every single day. The drug dealers in Tulum be on.
Yeah.
They be on.
As soon as you get out the taxi.
Coke.
Yep.
Coke.
Touching their
Molly.
nose and shit.
Shit. I'm like, nigga, I ain't never been offered this amount of drugs all like in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good trip, bro. That's the easiest. Like, it was a marathon. We wake up early, we go to sleep late, and we drink all day.
Yeah.
We did so we went to cenotes, which is like caves, and you explore the caves. But they also have a place in cenotes where it's like a day party. So it was like on Sunday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on Sunday everybody's like
I think you
exhausted.
posted this cenote, right?
I did.
And I was like, I hope you could. How?
They have
I hope he has a
jackets.
life. Yeah, that's
Oh,
what they hope he has a
I had my
jacket.
life jacket.
Yeah.
I kept my life jacket.
Wait, did other people have life jackets on?
Bro, hella people had on.
Oh, okay.
They even have sticks. The person that's like giving you the tour will like you can hold on to it if you can't swim that well.
But there's a part in cenotes where you jump off the cliff and then you swim to the next part. And like they're like, damn, like all the swimmers in the group were like, I wish I would have my life jacket because they were swimming for so long. I
Yeah.
felt bad, and I'm just like floating on my life.
But you're like treading water.
Yeah.
Well, it's tough because it's fresh water too. It's fresh water. It's a cold, right?
It feels so refreshing. It feels so
Yeah,
good.
fresh water and
Felt so
cold,
good.
so it's gonna be a lot harder to float, like because the
Yeah.
density.
It felt so good, but we were in cenotes and like we're doing backflips, front flips, fucking what do you call those invert
Gainers.
gainers? Yeah, we doing gainers, all that shit, like jumping crazy off these cliffs. And so we got a personal tour because we didn't want to be in a tour of like 50 people. It was
Yeah.
like 10 USD to just get a private guide. So we
Yeah.
did that. And so these two girls, I guess a girl slipped down the stairs or the rocks because it's so slippery. She busted her knee up, and so they lost their
Sheesh.
tour. But she got bandaged up, and like we're going into one of the caves that go underwater or underground. And the guy's like, "Oh, you want to jump into with our tour?" And she was like, "Guys, do you care?" He's like, "No." She was like, "Oh, we know you guys. You guys are insane. Like you guys are crazy." Like some Spanish chick, and we thought that was hilarious. And then they come with us, and then nigga does a cannonball inside the cave, and we just like, bruh. The fucking tour guy's just like, yo, like looking at us like these obnoxious Americans. That's kind of what it was like.
Oh, okay.
And while we're doing that tour, did you go to cenotes when you?
Yeah.
We
But
did.
the thing, it's not just one section.
Yeah.
It's all across. Like there's cenotes like all across Mexico. I feel like it's not just in like one area.
Yeah.
So we could have gone to different ones.
Okay, the
is
one we
thing.
did had like 5 caves.
I think mine probably had like 6 or so. So it might have been. And mine was like 30, 45 minutes away from Tulum.
That's about the same for us.
Okay.
Yeah,
Then it might have been
one.
the same. Yeah.
But before we start the tour guy's like, "Oh, you guys sure you don't want to wear flip flops?" Because the black dude had just bought swim shoes, so all of us are going barefoot. And I'm like, he's like, they like, "Oh, I think we'll be all right." The tour guy's like, "You guys are sure?" I'm like, "I don't know, bro." He asked twice, which means he's probably recommending that we wear flip flops, but he doesn't want to just tell us outright, "Y'all need flip flops." So they like, "We got it, bro." Imagine walking on gravel at fucking every cave. It was awful.
Yeah.
It was awful. So like, mind you, we're a private group. There's big groups, and like we're walking on gravel, and everybody's walking so gingerly, and they just stopping and looking at us and just like laughing or just like, cause niggas is walking like.
Yeah.
Did you grab some or no?
Nah, we thugged it out and ended up just walking the whole thing barefoot.
Yeah.
Made our feet stronger, but it sucked.
Made our feet struck.
That fucking shit sucked. So we did that. That was
Kicks coming
fun.
next level.
We did that day party. The day party at Cenotes was fun because we got there right when the event started, and so it's like your minimum was like $600 US. So we ended up drinking, like we just got beers because we didn't want to do hard liquor anymore, and we had beers from like 1 o'clock till 7:30. We probably went through like 30, 40 beers
Really?
between 5, 6 people. and we were there all day, bro.
What's
That
the
shit
math
was
on that,
exhausting.
Loogie? Is that
That's
8?
only 5 beers a person.
Really?
Well,
Yeah,
40
that's
would
a
be
lot.
8.
Oh yeah.
How many people is
I
it?
thought you said 34 to 40.
How many people in the group?
It was that last day was 5, so it was
Yeah.
Oh,
Which-
8 beers a person was 40.
we
If it's
had
30,
then
like
it's
40
6.
beers,
Yeah,
bro.
that's
It was
decent.
insane. We was there all day. The guys like the promoter was like, "Damn, y'all still here?" We was like, "Yeah, we had like 200." Like we drank 5 rounds, and we were finna cash out, and the guys like, "Oh, y'all got like $130 left." So we like, "Fuck it, just send some more beers back." So we did that. It was a good trip, bro. There was a lot of drugs
That's cool.
everywhere. Like I've never been offered that many drugs in my life. Thought about taking ecstasy, but I didn't.
Wink, wink, cough, cough.
Didn't take no cocaine. I didn't take any cocaine. But yeah.
You sound
So
disappointed.
when you got back, have you been detoxing or?
Yeah, that first day back, I just I took off work and just slept and ate and just chilled, bro.
Gotcha.
But I was good.
All right, cool.
It's expensive. I will say that. I did the trip wrong.
How
Like-
so? It sounded like you had a great time.
I did have a great time, but we was just doing shit and we didn't get the bill until we got back. Again,
Oh, because one person was like,
just charged everything on his card.
"Oh no."
Bro, that shit was all. I was like, Jesus Christ. We'll talk about that offline, but I was
Yeah.
like, Jesus Christ.
Well, the
Yeah.
thing is, y'all also only stayed. It seemed like y'all only stayed in like the touristy areas, other than the cenote part.
Yeah.
Because the cenote part, $10
But
to
see,
get in.
Even downtown Tulum taxed us for that
Yeah,
bottle.
yeah, but I'm saying like out if you go to anywhere that's more local,
Yeah.
like so, like you said, you went and ate on that strip. Those meals for one person, just the food alone, you're spending like $70 probably, right? Something somewhere around there, like 50 to 80 maybe on a meal. That's just food, no drinks. If you go to a local place, because we went and got food, I can't remember what exactly it was. We went and got food the last day at like we went into like a small town and ate. Bro, for like feeding 7 of us, I think it cost me like $25 US.
Yeah, it was insane.
And it was better food, you said too, right?
Yeah, and I mean,
The food
not,
everywhere
not,
was good,
not
though.
better than Rosa Negra, but better food than like some of the touristy
Didn't
places.
Balaka or whatever you said?
I can't remember what it was.
Bagatelle.
Alabaster?
Bagatelle in Tulum,
Has
the
good
food was
food,
pretty
yeah.
good.
Oh,
But
okay.
Bagatelle here has trash food.
But we didn't, like, everywhere we ate, we didn't eat bad food anywhere. So even, like, on the strips, like, we tried to go to, like, smaller cafes. It was just good food. The problem is it just took forever. Or we was
Well,
waiting,
we went to
minutes.
we went to a couple bad restaurants when we were there.
Yeah, the food wasn't the issue for us. So it was a good trip, though. Like, I appreciate Mike for inviting me. I know he's listening. And then
I
it was
was
just
gonna
cool,
say-
just gelling with a new group.
Most importantly, did Mike have a good time?
Oh, Mike had the time of his life.
All right, good.
The time of his life?
Mike had the time of his life. Yeah, he
Cool,
had
that
fun,
sounds
bro.
lit.
Like, we made sure we got him fucked up every day. And, like, he was just enjoying himself.
Dang. I hope you and your Lukey shouldn't just passing out shots, tequila shots.
We drink tequila every day. You'd be proud, like
Hell
fucking
yeah.
tequila.
Waking
every
people up
day.
at
I
8 a.m.
don't want to see tequila ever again, bro. We started the day with the Don Julio shots. And
That's
then
how
we
you
had-
Bro, if you're the first person to wake up, you started.
We had Blanco, Resposado. Like I don't want to see tequila for the next 2 months.
I feel you.
When are the girls going on the bachelorette party?
What's that?
June.
Labor Day weekend?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, is it in September then?
Yeah, it's Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
Oh,
Danny's
it
going?
was
I
supposed to
can't
be June, and they moved it.
Yeah, she's going. They're going to
Okay.
Cartagena.
Gotcha.
But they're gonna be deep.
It's
like
gonna be
12
way
of them.
more cooked there.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, they better stay safe out there. But all right, y'all ready to get into the topics?
Let's do it.
Let's
All
do
right.
it.
So first off, we want to say R.I.P. We forgot to say it last podcast. To Tina Turner,
Damn, rest in peace, Tina Turner. Got
One of
that
the
news on vacation.
Queens of rock and roll.
We call it Nutbush.
Did they say what? I'm assuming it's just probably old age, but
Yeah, I didn't see anything. I don't know.
It was, I think she had kidney failure.
okay.
But she knew, like, she's had it for years.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and I think I want to say it
Was
was
it
either liver
degenerative?
failure or kidney failure. Yeah, something
Gotcha.
like degenerate.
Yeah. So shout out to her, and then also R.I.P. to Jacky O, DC Young Fly's partner.
Yeah.
Which was
That's
very
crazy.
unfortunate and sad. I guess she was getting a what they call a mommy makeover in Miami, and it was just a botched job or something like that, and unfortunately passed away. I didn't realize he had 3 because I thought he just had 2.
Was it a botch job?
We don't know yet, but
So from what I saw, apparently this type of procedure is like just as risky as like open heart surgery, because it's like 3 different things. It's like a tummy tuck and like 2. I forget what it was.
tummy tuck, boob lift,
Yeah.
and something where they like a butt filler.
I think it might be lipo.
Lipo, yeah.
Yeah.
Lipo, tummy
Jeez,
tuck,
that's a
and-
lot to do at once.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
And you're putting
It
your body.
targets-
You're putting your body under a lot of stress.
yeah.
Like when you get surgery.
It targets all the areas.
But
that
I
are
don't know that
affected
that's
by
a botched
pregnancy.
job.
Maybe not a botch job, but it was a procedure that is already risky.
Yeah.
A lot of people putting blame on the doctor, but I guess there will be an investigation on whether it was malpractice or not.
Yeah.
So my apologies for saying botch job. It was not a botch job as of right now.
We don't know, but the doctor, she posted a picture with the doctor, like going into surgery, and then he pulled, like when she died, he pulled the picture off the Instagram. So you know that always causes
okay.
speculations and all
Yeah.
that stuff. But yeah,
I
no,
mean, yeah, I
don't-
feel like any doctor would have done that.
yeah.
Any
But-
person.
Any person. Yeah.
True, but you know how the media takes it. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, they posted, then he pulled it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah, man, love yourselves. That's sad, bro.
Yeah. I
A lot of
mean,
plastic-
And she was young too. Right?
yeah,
She's 30.
32, I think.
Yeah, I thought-
32. Yeah.
3
yeah,
kids
yeah.
though. That's tough.
Yeah. I mean, it just, I want to say like love yourself and change it. Well, okay, we'll finish that conversation. Now I want to move on to a different conversation because I don't want people to think that we being disrespectful or anything. But it just sucks that we in a society now where people do feel like they need to do these procedures, and some of them may not love themselves, whatever. It's just like the procedures are only getting like more extreme. And it's just society and people feeling like they need to reach this certain level of beauty standard and whatnot. And I don't know. Me personally, I love the natural look. I feel like there's people in this room that feel the same way. But I mean, as a lot of women say, and it's not just women that get procedures, men too, and it could be any type of procedure, where they're like, I'm not doing this for the opposite sex, I'm doing it for myself. So it doesn't matter what we think, but it just, all I'll say is,
Bro,
It's just sad. It's
I don't want to be disrespectful, so that's why it kind of sounds like I'm talking in
yeah,
circles.
you
but,
are.
I'll just leave it at that.
It's just
I'll leave it
sad
at
that the
yeah.
pressures to keep up with the beauty
Yes,
standards.
correct.
Like this young woman lost her life.
Yeah.
And she has a family and kids.
Exactly.
And we don't know why she did it. It doesn't really matter why she did it, but it's the
Yeah.
pressure of keeping up with a certain image that, you know.
I just couldn't imagine losing Tatiana to some surgery.
That's tough.
That'd be brutal. But moving on, so there was a woman in a catatonic state who awoken after 20 years after a new scientific discovery. Luke, you put this on there?
Yep. So
Wait, what does catatonic state mean? Like she was a vegetable?
like
Yeah.
yeah, like unresponsive and like in a daze.
You vegan?
Oh dear.
I'm sorry.
Phil's getting.
Yeah.
Phil, you getting hungry?
I'm sorry.
Damn.
Yeah, but she developed schizophrenia, and
Wait, after she woke up?
No. Like schizophrenia, you can sometimes be in a catatonic state if you're schizophrenic.
Oh, I didn't know
Like
that.
your schizo drives you to a catatonic state?
Yeah.
I did not know that at all.
Interesting.
And apparently she's like 1% of the people who have schizophrenia like reach that state, and she was like part of that 1%. I think she also had lupus,
Jeez.
which
Yeah,
affects
she
her
down bad.
brain. But yeah, so some scientists from around the world came together and I guess did some studies and discovered that you can awaken people from these states. And so now she's, after 20 years of being in that state,
Jeez.
20
she's-
years. That's 2003. Imagine. The
like she didn't
difference.
know who she was, where she was, like any of that stuff.
So
and now,
did
She
it
woke
say
up in a
how
different
old she
world.
was?
Yeah.
how old she is now.
Yeah.
The article did not say how old she is now, but I can probably find it.
This might be a really dumb question. I'm sure you age while you're like in a catatonic state or like a quote unquote vegetable, as Phil said. But I wonder if you like age at the same rate as someone else. You get
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
know.
It depends. Because I
'Cause-
mean, your time is such a weird thing.
Yeah.
Like if you fly more often, like you say you are a twin, right?
Mm-hmm.
One travels and flies on airplanes more than the other, and one stays in the same place. they're gonna age at different rates, and they are moving through time at different speeds.
That shit's insane, bro.
It's really weird.
Yeah. So I don't know what the new like revolutionary treatment is or whatever, but somehow like she was trapped in her own mind for fucking 2 decades.
I wonder if she's
And-
active, because like that physical therapy would be insane.
Oh, probably, yeah.
She probably has to learn how to do everything.
single
But now
again.
it's potentially a new cure for
Yeah.
all people with some like with these
That sounds
brain
lit.
disorders.
But yeah, 2003. Wow,
You
2003.
wake
bro,
up,
like,
iPhones, electric cars.
Well, yeah.
yo, 2000. Just to think about it in NBA
2003,
terms.
you had iPhone.
Imagine it. No,
you
what?
You didn't have iPhones in 2003?
Hey,
Phil's
Phil,
been in a
go-
catatonic
go to sleep, bro.
state.
Go to
Wait, you didn't have iPhones in 2003?
Nigga,
Phil, why are you keep- we obviously know.
2003?
I don't.
No, nigga.
2003 feels.
iPhones came out like in 2010, maybe.
Really?
Phil, you were in middle school in
2007,
2003.
2007 it was the first
Okay,
iPhone.
gotcha.
Okay.
June 29th.
Oh, 2010 is when like kids started getting them.
Yeah, but Phil, you were in middle school in 2003.
But yeah, 2003. LeBron James and Dwayne Wade weren't even drafted.
Yeah.
They were like Dwayne Wade's retired. He had a
Yeah.
whole championship Hall of Fame career. And,
Exactly.
Like just imagine like
Melo
that. Just,
too.
Yeah.
Also, if she had kids or something, like they're grown now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn,
Yeah.
that's insane. And I don't know if you were intentional where you put this on the list, but next was
I put it before that one. Yeah.
okay, Neurolink.
Help with the transition.
And maybe that was part of the medical thing. So Neuralink, if you don't know, Elon Musk, it is one of his new projects, I guess, and it is what do you want to call it? A chip, I guess, that they put in your brain that can help with different diseases or other issues that people may have. So like Alzheimer's, people that are
Blind can.
yes, blind, deaf. What is it called when you can't walk or like move?
Paralyzed.
Yes, paralyzed people, paraplegic. That's actually what I was looking for.
Don't say,
It could
cripple, but
it
that's
could
not-
potentially help with that. And the FDA just approved it, so that they can start working on actual human brains. Because before they did it on a monkey or some kind of primate. So it's actually interesting because I know you're probably the most pessimistic person in the room when it comes to these types of things, and I might be the most optimistic. So how do you feel about this?
I don't like any of that stuff, bro.
Oh.
I just don't. Like, that's not natural order. Like, sometimes you gotta let nature take its course. I don't like altering and like changing things, because like
But even if it's helping someone's way of life and
I'm-
quality of life,
Someone can't
it's
see.
not proven yet.
If,
It's not.
imagine,
They're
still
imagine,
gonna- there's-
imagine if you like Phil, you went blind tomorrow. And
You would
then-
do it.
Yeah.
If they offered it to you.
Yeah, possibly. But you know, again, you still don't know the side effects of it. So
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's why they're testing it.
that's what I'm saying. So the thing is, though, like I don't know. It's like
It's because it doesn't affect you or anyone near you right now. But if it did, I feel like you'd be open to it.
maybe. Cause I do like some of the stuff. Like I like watching those videos when a person hasn't seen, you give them like
Yeah.
certain sunglasses, or like they put sunglasses on and they'll see for the first time. Like that's cool. But like when you start putting stuff in people's brains, and that also can control like how you function, think, and like, you know what I mean? That gets weird to me. That gets kind of like robot-y to me, and I don't like the robot-y stuff.
yeah,
It's like I'm not against all technological devices that assist in better quality of life. But when you talk chips, artificial intelligence,
Mhm.
like that shit, that's what weirds me out, and that I don't trust.
yeah,
Because then what if they put that chip in your brain, right, and it'll help you see or help you walk, but then they can control it too. So then, you know what I mean? It's possible.
yeah. And I
You're
that
laughing at it, but it's possible.
no, we are laughing at it, and I feel like that is a lot of people's mindset, and it could be a possibility.
So then you can just like you get a function, but then you also lose control of who you are, and then
Yeah.
they can use you against for like some military too. I don't fucking know. Like,
Well, that's a very
they turning
But it is-
people
but it-
into X-Men. They
it
not
is
turn
extreme.
They're like,
But
we're
it-
gonna cure you being blind. Feels like fuck. I don't want to be controlled.
it's it could happen. I'm just saying it's the possibilities. You have to look at the possibilities on both ends.
Yeah,
Like,
but
yeah, you
I
gotta look at
think
both sides, for
I
sure.
think people that are in that situation are gonna weigh the good and the bad and see that the pros completely outweigh the cons.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah, the memes were definitely funny on social media though about
I didn't see 'em.
when the Neurolink starts malfunctioning and whatnot.
No, I mean, yeah, that's my first thought wasn't like what you're talking about, Phil, is probably like maybe like 100 years away.
Yeah.
Like that being an issue, it would be because first you need like mass adoption for anything to change, and then because there's no point in controlling people's minds if like you can't get the majority of a vote on something, especially like here,
Yeah.
or whatever. But imagine like someone's not blind anymore and they're driving and the thing just like turns off, like stuff like that. But so I'm not saying like there would be like who would be responsible? Like, is it Neuralink's fault, or or like what kind of insurance would you need to have? That those are the kind of things that probably would matter sooner than later. But
And
it's definitely, I mean, if you like, I actually had that as a topic idea was like what sense would you not want to lose? But I think we would all probably pick vision. If you had to choose like a 5 cents one of your 5 senses that you didn't
that
lose,
I would not. Yeah.
And so that's why I was like, everyone's gonna say vision. But if I went blind and then I could see again after, that would be like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And you know that shit's gonna collect data 24/7. All those things collect data. Like, you know what I mean? And it's like, what if they can know everything you think? And I don't know.
I know a lot of people care about that, and I think they have a right to care about that. But I always go back to
Then you get like Minority Report
I
stuff.
really don't care about them collecting my data at the end of the day.
Yeah, I would love if
It just
they
depends
told
on
me
how-
like how much brain power I'm using.
It depends on how brain power. It depends on how they would use it or how it
Yeah.
could be used.
Like,
Because like that, there's very real concerns with like them knowing your thoughts and stuff.
Yeah.
Or getting like
Because you'll be more easily manipulated. Like right now, like people are manipulated into liking things or purchasing things or believing certain things just based off of your actions online.
Yeah.
Like you can influence people's like not even 1-to-1 like inside of you. You can influence people's thoughts, beliefs, actions from like externally. So if you have something internally, like, you know, oh, he's thinking this, let me show him this.
Yeah.
Or like every time he thinks this, he has a higher propensity to purchase. I'm gonna show him this ad now.
That's true.
So it's like
that's controlling you in a way.
yeah.
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 So that's why.
You would love that though, bro. That would make you a millionaire with the job that you have right now.
What? I don't ever really like doing it, but yeah.
Yeah.
It would help like it would help companies. Yeah.
Did y'all ever watch Black Mirror?
Yes.
I-
I've watched
I
it.
You remember that
think so.
episode where they had the little chip behind the ear where they could like rewind memories?
Oh yeah.
Would y'all want that?
Possibly.
So
But sometimes it's like
y'all haven't watched Black Mirror?
no.
Black Mirror is which one is Black
That's the
Mirror?
one where it's the show that has like all this shit about futuristic type things and
Is that when a nigga
technology.
slept with his homeboy?
Yes, in the video game.
Yeah,
It's one of
there
the-
was the
episode,
movie.
but, yeah.
Well, that was the like movie, but there was an episode.
No, that was the episode.
That was the episode.
Was it?
Yeah, when there was like the fighting game.
I never watched that one, but that was
Oh.
like a one-off thing. But there was one episode where they had like a chip type thing in their head where they could rewind certain memories. And at first, when I watched it, I was like, I would love to have this because just like Luke, I love being right. Like I always have to be right in arguments, especially when it comes to arguing with Tatiana. And like when Tatiana and I get in arguments, like she remembers shit a certain type of way, I remember it, and I'm always like, I wish we could rewind this so you could see
Dave
where you were
Chappelle
wrong.
did a skit on that.
Did he?
Yeah, like you know the person in court.
The
that-
stenographer.
Oh yeah.
Where he had a backpack.
He did. But then quickly, once you watch the episode, you realize like, nah, I would not want this shit because he was driving himself crazy because his wife was cheating on him, and also with the memories, you were able to put it on the TV. So like he found out she was cheating on him, and he was like, I want you to put it on the TV of her like getting fucked by another dude. And I was like, yeah, I wouldn't
I
be
can't do
able-
that. I'm straight, bro. Some
I wouldn't
memories
be
you
able
are meant to forget.
Yeah.
Like that's how I try
Not
to-
only that even think about it in the best way possible, right? Like, oh, I have this really fond memory. I want to relive it, and you go back to it, and it's not as good as you remember.
Yeah.
Like that's what would happen probably more times than not.
Got you.
Your nostalgia would be fucked up.
Yeah.
I like my nostalgia.
Yeah. Well, I
Like
got my
half of these
vlogs.
shows that we watched as kids, I mean, a lot of them were good. Like the cartoons back then are better than now. But sometimes you'll see clips and like, what the hell were we
Yeah.
watching? Like Ren and Stimpy and stuff.
Or
Like,
fucking
what
the
the hell?
the Pepe
I
Le
never
Pew.
watched it because like I even thought it was.
Yeah.
I was like, this is kind
Right.
of
Watching
Pepe Le Pew was a creep. That nigga's a predator.
Yeah.
watching old Power Ranger episodes like now, that shit is terrible.
Bro, I hated it back then.
I
too.
loved Power
I didn't
Rangers.
understand how people liked them.
Bro, Power Rangers as a jit was so lit, and watching it
really
now,
was, though.
it's terrible. Like, it's god awful.
Yeah.
But anyways, moving on.
Then we got dark on this artificial intelligence.
Yeah,
shit.
sorry, y'all. Please don't cancel me. Student loans.
Fuck.
They are returning in August that we have to repay, and apparently I didn't realize this, that we also have to repay the interest on the fucking student loans.
Really?
As well. Yeah.
That's interesting.
The interest that while it was pausing all that.
The interest that was paused.
While it was paused, any
Interest was still being accrued.
Yeah, which I didn't realize what was happening.
Was that a part of that new bill that they signed? Like to raise the debt ceiling?
I'm
thought
not
they-
I
sure.
don't think so.
I thought they threw that in there.
I'm not sure, but it's.
That's
I mean, we'll see, because they keep flip flopping on whether we have to pay, whether we don't.
Well, it's gonna come back up in the election cycle.
Yeah,
so I'm
but-
sure they're gonna try to use it as a pawn. Use that as a pawn to get votes, to not get votes.
Yeah, this
I'm
country.
surprised that the interest accrued you would have to pay the full amount back.
So am I.
Because doesn't it over time it builds on how much is left that you have to repay?
Yeah.
So if they're pausing the repayment and that stays the same, people who maybe could have afforded to continue paying probably should have, because then their interest, they wouldn't have had as much interest afterwards.
Mhm.
So they almost did some people a disservice.
A lot of people a disservice.
Then he-
Yeah,
Majority
no,
of
a lot
the
of
people
no,
a
yeah,
disservice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of
crazy.
wild.
Hey, they got to get that shit back in blood.
I guess they spend all that money on government.
Or bailing out banks and
Fucking
corporations.
Banks and corporations, they can't bail out their citizens. That
And
shit's stupid.
paying
But I did
Ukraine
look into it.
billions.
Yeah, fuck you.
They have some new repayment plans
Do
as
they?
part of that bill.
It's
What are you
it's
talking about?
different. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
supposed to be
it's
more-
like it's like half the percentage that like I think it's like the repayment plans that are based on like income. Instead of 10% of your income, now it's 5%
Okay.
of your income per month. And then there were some other things I can't remember. I should have taken notes, but I read it earlier.
I'm sure it's gonna come up this election cycle because that's gonna be a big thing again. Like I don't think that conversation is going anywhere.
Yeah.
This nigga sold everyone on.
Oh,
I'm
he's-
canceling student loans.
Then did what 10,000
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
20,000 for Pell Grant.
True. But even that didn't all the way pass. So the issue is like some people got it, some people didn't, and it was like it's supposed to be a universal for everybody, but it's not.
I don't think some people got it yet.
Like some people never got it. I don't think I never got it.
Yeah, but that's because it was paused.
That's what I'm
based
saying.
on, like,
So it
but-
never fully. It
But the expectation is that everyone, whether you applied or not, will get it.
yeah, but I don't think But if it's paused, then it got blocked again by the. Was this which one is Republican controlled? The Senate?
No, I don't know.
I think it might be the Senate. But yeah, that's going. Like I said, it'll be another pressing topic this election cycle. So I think that changes in the next couple of years too.
Bro, I'm dumb as fuck when it comes to the government. I need to. What was that shit they used to show us in school? The cartoon about the government. And like
That came
I
on
got a
PBS?
bill on on something hill.
I know which one you're talking
I know
about.
what you're
It
talking
was
about,
the
but I don't
little
know.
white. Was it
Yeah.
a kid or like a?
It was a bunch of
animal?
different
Yeah.
cartoons and whatnot. I need to rewatch that show because when it comes to the government, I be lost, bro.
Yeah, you gotta
Bro,
watch.
stop rubbing your feet on me,
I'm
please.
sorry, bro. I'm sorry. You gotta pay attention to that. That's important.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get better. All right, what 90s store do y'all miss visiting the most?
90s store.
Yes.
I don't know.
What the hell?
Blockbuster.
Just for feet.
Just for feet.
What's
Wait,
Just for
was
Feet?
Just for Feet the one that had the basketball court on?
Yes, sir.
Bro.
You go and you test the shoes out
Yes.
immediately.
That was the most genius idea ever.
Yeah.
Like, the fact
They
that...
had like a little track too sometimes in some
did
of them.
they?
Yeah. So you ever been to Trader Joe's in Pembroke Pines?
No.
Have you been to Pembroke Lakes Mall? Oh, you're not gonna know
No.
either way. Well, so if you guys have been to the Pembroke Pines Trader Joe's, that used to be a Just for Feet.
Really?
Was that a national chain or a local? Because I've never heard of that.
It might have been local. It might have
Maybe.
been. It might have been like regional.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure I've seen them elsewhere. It just wasn't. I think it just wasn't that big.
Yeah. Yeah, they were very... Because if you're saying there was one in Pines, there was one, like, in North Palm Beach somewhere. I can't remember exactly where it was, but that shit was super lit.
Yeah.
They definitely should have taken off more and been, like, more places than what they were. You said Blockbuster?
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, Blockbuster is
Toys R
definitely
Us
the one.
is another one.
Yeah, Toys R
Toys
Us
R Us is
and
lit.
KB Toys
But
were
Toys
mine.
R Us was like, it had every, bro. You can go
Yeah.
get your Pokemon cards or Yu-Gi-Oh
Video
cards.
games.
You can get video games.
Actual like physical toys.
You can get
Yeah.
toys. You
Card
get your
games.
Legos. Like
Yeah. As a kid, bro, I used to fucking go down every aisle.
just on your
Same.
on your birthday, you didn't even have to know what you want. Just like, all right, let's go to Toys R Us.
Exactly.
And figure it out.
It was Blockbuster and Family Videos just because when new releases came out. It's like, some like... Because if you had like... So how it used to be for our
We had
family,
Hollywood Video.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah, we had Hollywood.
family. I don't think Family Videos existed down here.
It was yeah. So for us, for Christmas, we'd all get like one big game.
Really?
So like what me and my brothers would do is he'd get the basketball game or I'd get the football game, and then like JB would get like a fighting game or something. So we have like good diverse. So when
Yeah.
new games came out in the middle of the year, we knew we weren't buying it, our parents wasn't gonna get it for us.
Yeah.
Because we had to wait till this next cycle run around. So we just go like the excitement of a new drop, trying to get there first before they sell out.
Yeah, especially with the like new movies come out on like
Yes.
DVD or whatever or
Yeah.
VCR. You gotta you're like, oh man, you guys ran out. I gotta go find something else then.
Or I gotta
Did
wait.
anybody return it? Check the return bin.
Yep. Can you call me when it comes back in,
Yeah.
please? Like, get on the list. So
Yeah.
it's just that excitement, bro. Of like, all right, especially if you got it first, then all the homies can come over and play it.
Yeah.
That was like the best part.
Imagine
of,
like remember the times when you try to beat the game before you have to return it?
yes,
Oh, yeah.
fucking spend fucking the whole summer just binging it.
Yeah.
Honestly, that was the first binge. Was
Yeah.
video games.
For rental, yeah.
Yeah,
Y'all didn't fuck with KB Toys?
I
Nah.
don't know what that is.
Nah, not really.
Really?
I knew about KB Toys, but I
I
didn't know
loved
what
KB Toys. It was always in the mall. It was just a way
EB
smaller.
Games was good too.
What
Toys
was?
R Us.
EB.
Oh yeah.
EB Games. This is like another GameStop. GameStop bought them out.
That does sound familiar, but I don't really remember.
Hey, Starberries was lit.
What's that?
The shoe.
The shoes.
The clothing company.
$15.
Yeah. Whenever you needed some quick little digs, you go on Starberry. You spend 10. You come out with a whole.
I didn't
We
know.
didn't have-
You had a store?
I didn't. Yeah. I was
Yeah,
gonna
we
say, I didn't know
We
that.
didn't have any store.
Yeah, we didn't have any storefronts.
Starberry had a store in Joliet.
Is Stephon Marbury from Chicago? No, he's from New York.
He's
it's
from New
prob-
York,
yeah, it's probably
but
New York,
it's about,
Chicago,
like,
and
yeah.
like
Yeah,
LA.
gotcha. Yeah,
Miami
market-
wasn't that big back
Bro,
then.
he had the sneakers for $15, bro.
Hey, it was a lot of niggas in the hood with some Starberries on, bro.
I had Starbucks.
I had Starburst too.
Did you?
Everybody- Yeah, bro. Like
Bro,
niggas knew, like you could
Butts?
just pick up some shoes and play in them.
Ryan Butts, that nigga had the whole strawberry collection.
every
Bro,
color.
that nigga had every
Bro, I
color,
honestly
every
only-
model.
I only know of one color. The white
The
ones
orange?
with the white with the orange.
Yeah, orange and blue.
It was like the
blue
Knicks
stuff.
colorway, right?
Yeah.
That's the only one I know about because that's the one I had.
Bro, that nigga
I
had
don't
so many
remember those.
Marburys.
Bro, the Starberry store is kind of cool because it had a mini court in there too.
Oh, really?
Did it?
Yeah, Starberry like now it's genius because you made basketball shoes affordable. The shoes are trash, but even still, like you can go get your pair, and even if they last 2 months, you like bet I can just go re-up. For
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like they were trash, but they were also decent. It was weird.
yeah.
For the price point, they were decent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like niggas ain't gonna clown you for having Starberries because they know you just trying to get some runs in.
Yeah. As a kid, I was even super into technology then. Not that I would ever buy shit. I just like looking at things. So, I mean, yeah, we still have Best Buy. We
Radio-
still
Radio
have,
Shack?
yeah, so I love, well, Radio Shack I didn't like as much, but Circuit City, that was Best Buy's
Oh, yeah.
competitor. I love Circuit City. It still exists, but as a kid, I would always go to Brandsmart USA and love it. Now I
Luke's never
always
been.
drive by. You've never been to
Brandsmart is
Brandsmart?
chaotic, bro. I've been in Brand. I was like, this shit sucks.
Actually, I might have been recently.
Really?
Brandsmart.
Cindy.
It's,
Oh,
it's
okay.
like an electronic Walmart.
What? No,
It's
it
like
has more
Walmart
stuff.
for electronics. And
No,
like
they
the
have
chaos.
No, they have
Yeah.
like they have washers and dryers. They have microwaves. They have all that stuff.
It's Best Buy, just way bigger.
Yeah, and it's like and not. How do I explain it? It almost feels like a flea market, but like a
Yeah.
Best Buy flea market
Yeah,
almost.
yeah, yeah.
Maybe that's the better.
Everything is like
It's chaotic.
yeah,
Um,
not really organized. It's just like
There's
they always
just
got
shit
good
there.
deals though, and you're like, all right, I randomly need a microwave. And you could go there or like
this might not have been 90s, but early 2000s. Sharper Image, and I think it still exists. But Sharper Image, I used to love going in
yeah,
there.
that's a tech store.
Yeah, does it still exist? Sharper Image?
In some places they
Okay.
sometimes there's another name for it too, or like they like rebranded the name. There's one in there. What was the store that was in Boca Mall that was like that? Was it Sharper
Yeah.
Image?
Well, there used to be a Sharper Image in Town
Yeah.
Center.
Okay, yeah.
But they might have changed it to something else at this point.
They'd have all the like, they were like the Beyond section of Bed Bath and
Yeah.
Beyond.
Did Beanie Babies TY used to have its own store? Or did they just sell them elsewhere?
I think they probably had
They had
some
their own
stores.
store.
Did
No.
y'all collect Beanie Babies?
I did.
No.
Yeah.
I did
Really?
not.
I didn't really collect them, but I had Adobe, which is like apparently a lot of money
What?
now. And
You don't have
Is
it
that the
anymore?
name?
Julian had a few more. Yeah, Adobe.
Oh.
You don't have it anymore?
Nah.
My cousin used to collect like the special edition Barbie dolls.
Yeah.
I was like, if you can find that collection, you would be like the
Yeah.
original in the box, fucking the Princess Tiara
Mhm.
from '96. I only collected Hot Wheels cars. I collected Hot Wheels cars. I had marbles, Pokemon cards, and I would build lowriders.
Really?
Yeah,
All right.
and like the Dub edition cars too.
Oh, those were lit.
Dang,
I
y'all
always
never-
wanted
y'all
one. I
never
never
played
had
it?
those.
You never had the bro?
No.
I had a
Oh,
Silverado
well,
and
we
some
played.
things. I had
But that's my
fucking
brother bought us the expansion.
Impalas on
Really?
Dayton's. Yeah, I had a nice car collection growing up.
Nice,
Like
nice.
tons of them.
We don't play that often, obviously.
I should have been a
It's on the
mechanic.
box.
All right. You have a question of the week?
Yeah, because I was listening to the Breakfast Club, and I haven't asked this now. I was like, what?
Breakfast.
So sometimes you just got to revisit it. It was like, what brings y'all joy and happiness in at this stages in your life? Because I
My-
haven't asked this in a minute.
My wife.
Ooh, I love my
This
wife.
podcast.
Yes, this podcast.
To be honest, when we didn't have this, during the pandemic, it was kind of crazy. We were used to seeing each other a lot, then
yeah.
Yeah.
there was like a 2-year period where I get like both you guys were living elsewhere.
Yeah.
And it's just like we weren't linking up as much, maybe like
Yeah.
once every 3 months, and I was like, yo,
Yeah.
this is trash.
Facts.
Facts.
So
yeah.
having this and us doing it like once
Yeah.
a week, or doing as much as we can,
Yeah.
definitely.
It definitely took an adjustment once everybody moved away, and like the fucking last hurrah at the townhouse, and
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
everybody going their own separate ways now. It's just fucking Will Smith just in the house, like where my boys at?
Food, sweets definitely bring me happiness and joy. But I'm really trying to wane off of it because I'm getting older. My dad already has diabetes, so I'm not trying to get
Oh, really?
diabetes as well. Yeah. Like his isn't like bad, but still, I'm not trying to
Mm-hmm.
eat like a fucking 2-year-old when I'm 60 years old.
Still trying to have a little fun. My relationships bring me the most joy. Relationships,
Hobbies.
my hobbies, yeah. But for me, it's just like my relationship with Danny, my relationship with my homies, my relationship with my family. Training has brought me joy recently. Yeah, that's it. Traveling.
Yeah, I'm the same way in relationships.
That's like priority on my list over anything.
My sports teams, y'all know they can make or break my week.
My
None
sports
of them are
team.
winning. They still bring you joy though.
Just
Well,
playing.
we're
no,
playing
playing
FAU and the Canes basketball. Both
I-
made it to the Final
That's
Four.
true.
Actually,
But they
most of
didn't
our
actually
sports
win
teams
that-
did
but they
really
didn't
well
actually-
this year.
I mean, yeah.
Like it's been. A
I meant
great-
like winning the whole thing.
Yeah, but even still, the like all a lot,
the
the
Lakers
majority
won
of my
too.
majority of my teams have been relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Eagles were in the Super Bowl. Heat are in the finals. LeBron made it to the Western Conference
But
Finals.
Lakers aren't.
But
Yeah.
they made it to the Western Conference Finals, so it's I still got to watch LeBron put up 40 in a
Yeah.
closeout game. Like,
And you know I'm spoiled, Luke. I've seen all my teams win a championship in some form. Some people haven't seen any of their teams win it. So
FAU made it to the Final
Yeah.
Four. Like, bro, it's been really good recently for my teams. Like, I have no complaints other than the Sox being trash. But yeah, that's it.
Playing basketball too. Like everything is better when I'm.
I miss
playing.
it. I really miss playing basketball.
I haven't shot in a minute. But yeah, that was it. What brings you joy, Lukey, man?
Woodwork.
My relationship, hobbies.
I love my wife.
I feel like I got so many hobbies though.
You and Phil both.
But I went cycling yesterday for the first time in a minute. 15 miles.
How many gators?
I think it was only like 3.
Wait, where'd you do it at?
Shark Valley.
Really?
Yeah.
I still got to put my bike together.
Where did you eat after?
This motherfucker.
Bro, just give me the bike, bro.
He was like, "I'm gonna put it back together and I'm gonna take it to a bike shop."
I am, bro. It just hasn't been. I told you it hasn't been a priority. I can't give it to you because
Yeah,
it's
I know.
sentimental value, AJ.
Oh, I'm not saying like I'll
but
never
you-
give it back to you. I'm just saying like
He's like, "I'll help you put it together,
Oh, for sure.
so we can both ride."
Maybe I'll just come over to your house so we can clean it together.
that's cool.
It's still in the
If you want
box.
to.
But
It was your dad's bike?
We can hang out at the pool too.
No, it was a
It's
bike
great.
at my granny's house.
Granny's, yeah.
I think it was my uncle's bike, but I think my uncle was used to be a D boy back in the day, so I think he stole it back in the day.
Gotcha.
That's sentimental
I'm not.
value.
I'm not
yeah, he don't even know who it is.
it's been in my granny's house. Since I was
Imagine
a
if it was
kid.
in
And it-
someone's family for the longest and they got stolen.
It was the
and now it's still sentimental value.
It reminds me of like home, my granny, bro.
Yeah.
Reminds
No,
me
no,
of
I'm
Debo.
just clowning.
Oh, shoes. Buying shoes brings me happiness.
Thrifting brings me happiness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thrifting. And,
Oh, I got some
vegan
pants to give you.
Vegan food.
Vegan food. But yeah, food definitely. Bro, good food in general.
Yes. I still can't stop thinking about that mushroom curry, bro. And imagine fucking 10 o'clock in the club lit, and I'm just in that bitch smashing some curry. Like, bro, this shit is smack. Everybody else getting fade. This shit, I'm telling them too, like, bro, this shit good as hell.
Yeah.
I still can't stop thinking about it.
Anyone else thought it was good or just you?
I was the only one that ordered it, so
Oh.
it's just for me.
Got you. All right, moving on. Yeah,
Oh, I
where's my
forgot the
phone?
biggest one, coochie. That's inappropriate. I'm sorry.
I mean, if it brings you happiness, it brings you happiness. All right, get it off your chest. American Customs.
Yes, bro. How come I go to Mexico, and even when I went to Costa Rica, going through customs through different countries takes 20 minutes, max. Fucking in America, it took me an hour and a half
Really?
to get back. Like,
In America?
and bro, it sucks. It's
America!
like, we're so advanced, but
You were
yet
still in
we're-
America. You
we're
were in Central
so-
America.
We're so slow to everywhere else that's considered inferior. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You only, I mean, I guess.
Oh, wait, hold on. It's slower here in America?
Yeah. Like when you come back to the States and go through customs, when you come back, like even Danny was like when she went to Bali, went to customs going through Bali, it was quick. Like going to Mexico was quick. When I went to Costa Rica, didn't take long, it was quick. But like leaving fucking America, like customs in America is just slow.
Yeah.
It was
Everything
fast
is so
for me.
slow.
Every time
I was like,
go.
maybe I gotta get global entry or something, but
Mhm.
it's just unorganized. And I was just like, fuck America, man.
Oh, it was unorganized too?
Yeah, which is why it's slow. So yeah,
I thought it was just like, it was strict.
No, it's not that it's strict because they don't do shit. It's just literally standing in line. It was like, oh, what'd you come back for? Because
Yeah.
I'm here. All right, cool.
Mhm.
That was it. But the guy, like, as soon as you get off and get your bag, he's like, oh, whenever you get your bag, go straight to customs because there's 3 planes that just deplaned too. So we got 5 people at the station. So hurry up and get in line.
It's probably also that Miami's a bigger hub.
Yeah, and I was gonna say
Than-
it's probably
than
way more.
Cancun.
Yeah, it's probably way more people coming
Yeah,
here.
I was in Fort
coming into
Lauderdale.
Miami. Still,
in
there's
Fort
probably
Lauderdale.
still more people coming into Fort Lauderdale every day than
Then Cancun
I don't know. I would think so.
or Costa Rica? I don't
I
know.
would- I
Costa
would
Rica
say
for
so.
sure, yeah.
Yeah, I would say so.
Because you got people coming here to visit and people coming here that live here. And then there's, 200 million people that live here?
Maybe. It was just slow. I just wish everything was faster. That's all.
Yeah.
That was my get off my chest.
Anything else y'all got?
And it's not just people coming to Fort Lauderdale to stay in Fort Lauderdale. They might be coming to Fort Lauderdale for a little bit, and then they have a layover or
Yeah.
something for a night,
That's true.
and then they're going
True.
somewhere else the next morning. They still got to pass customs for that.
Still needs to be quicker. That's my point.
No, that's true.
Like
Probably.
we can make it more efficient.
Anything else y'all got to get off your chest?
Dang, look at you. Thinking about process improvement.
Best thing y'all seen this week?
I put something on there.
Oh, wait, forget off your chest?
Nah, best thing.
Oh no, mine's best thing, but
Oh.
what's
You got
yours?
something
No,
What's
you can
yours
go
for-
ahead.
What's
I
yours
had one, but I don't know.
Get
It's
it off
for
'cause
best
it's the
thing?
section.
It's more, the overarching theme is, people people criticizing people for like the choices that they make. Kind of thing. And like the hypocrisy, like because and the one that comes to mind first is like dogs getting their dogs' ears cropped.
Oh yeah.
Because and just the arguments for it and against it, and it's like if you want to do it, then do it. Like the same way you gonna like oh it hurts the dog or something, like when they heal very easily, it's done a bunch.
Yeah.
The same way like those same people would get their baby's ears pierced
Or circumcised.
or circumcised,
That's
or and those same people are gonna get their dog neutered.
Yeah.
But you're gonna be mad because someone got their ears cropped.
Facts.
Yeah.
Does your dog still have his balls?
Yeah.
Or
And
gets a period?
I think the people that are against it, which I guess I'm one of those people that's against it, but they're always just like, you're doing it for aesthetics as opposed to like a health thing.
Right,
which
but
the people that are for it, they're like, no, this is for health.
It's also healthy. It depends on what the dog, like what you have the dog for. If it's a working dog, especially if it's a protective dog, a lot of times it's better to have them cropped one. But even still, it can be a medical thing too. Because I had a dog with floppy ears. My first dog, he had hematomas in his ears a bunch of times. If his ears were cropped, they wouldn't. At his breed and standard or whatever, I wouldn't have their ears cropped. But there still is a medical benefit for it. Because once your dog gets hematoma in its ear, like it's painful for them, and then you have to get it drained, and then it's not really a surgery, but it's a procedure to kind of like create scar tissue in the ear so it doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
But it'll almost always happen again.
Yeah.
So there's definitely reasons for it. It's just like some people don't agree with some people's reasons. That's why overarching is just like people
No,
criticizing.
I completely get that. Having a husky in Florida, everyone like I feel like looks down upon me. Like, how could you have that dog in Florida?
Yeah.
One, not realizing their fur, one, insulates them in the heat and keeps them cool in the cold. And two, there's mad other dog breeds with the same type of like fur, just because everyone associates with a husky being like a sled dog. Like Kobe loves being here. I could assure you that. But I don't know. I think one time you and someone else I know liked a tweet. It was a husky playing in the snow, and it was like, "Oh yeah, this is how huskies should be." I'm like, this nigga Phil has a corgi. A corgi
that sheds fucking a shit ton.
Has very similar fur.
I know. I'd like to just piss you off.
Nah, but it wasn't you, because I was like, I already know Phil. But the other person, I was like, this motherfucker. But they will remain nameless. Best thing y'all seen this week?
Luke?
I put pitch timer on there. I've been watching a lot of baseball recently. And
really?
Baseball before used to be boring as shit to me. Like, playing is always fun, but watching, I'd rather do almost anything than watch baseball. But I started watching like the last 3 weeks. But baseball has new rules with like timing to speed up the game. And games that used to take like on average like 4 hours are now taking like 2.5.
Yeah.
I don't know if
still too long.
Damn.
But yeah.
No. I mean, an NBA game is
way
like
faster.
an NBA game is 2 hours. You know. So I mean, it's a lot faster.
It'll be 2 hours most of the time. A
So
little bit longer in the finals and playoffs.
But and I don't know if every game's not going to be the same. Obviously, like some games are still going to take 4 hours for baseball, and some games are going to be quicker. But still, now it's 15 seconds. A pitcher has to throw each pitch within 15 seconds. So, like, before, in between pitches, they were taking, like, what seemed like fucking minutes.
Yeah.
And now it's like, okay, 15-second timer. They have to start their motion before the 15 seconds is up. So
Or what happens? It's a ball automatic?
It's a ball automatic, and there's also a rule for batters. If batters aren't ready, I want to say it's I also should have fucking taken notes, but it's like 8 seconds. If a batter's not ready in 8 seconds, it's a strike automatically.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, baseball's still gonna be boring.
And then between batters also I think it's 30 seconds. And someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but
we have no clue.
No. I meant like if I know Matt watches baseball.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So Matt might be like, "Oh, you mixed up a couple of things," but I think it's 30 seconds in between batters, So after one strikes out or hits or whatever, the next one's got to be in and ready in 30 seconds, and then the pitch count starts in 15 seconds. So like it's just so much quicker, so much more enjoyable, because at least for like the casual fan, you're trying to watch homers.
Yeah.
You're trying to watch hits. And the more pitches that you can get like quickly, the more hits you'll see in a shorter amount of time. As well as I think it does help the batter a little bit, because the pitching fatigue. I think in that 15 seconds, it's harder for them to place the pitch where they want.
Oh.
Because in that 50 seconds, you and the catcher have to communicate what pitch you're going to throw, where you're going to throw it, and then execute that. So you're seeing some people leave pitches over the plate, and more hittable pitches because of it, at least from what I've seen in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's also a way to get scoring up.
I know you said you haven't been watching that much, so you may not have the answer. So mad if you do, but I wonder if this rule change has affected like how you build your roster and whatnot. Because I'd imagine that I know teams already have like a rotation of pitchers,
Yeah, 5.
but are like the fifth pitcher, is he getting more pitching time now because of
maybe
the quicker pitches?
Yeah, and the other thing that I like now, like the mound visits when managers go and like talk to the pitcher, I think they're only limited to 2, and then they have to sub the pitcher out.
Okay.
So before they were doing mound visits anytime like the bases were loaded or like runners were in scoring position and like the pitcher looked either like fatigued or stressed. Yeah, they would come out and talk to them. Now they can't do it as often. So all that downtime where they would just like be talking at the mound, now that's gone, or at least it's less frequent.
Yeah.
So it's been enjoyable watching. And then like baseball, there's so many fucking games that every night, if you're a fan of a team, they play. Like Blue Jays, I think played 13 games in a row, had one day off, and now they're playing 14 games in a row. Like, so you get to watch your team every single night.
Yeah.
There's so many games.
Yeah. I'm going to be interested to see how college football is, because they're in the same boat of trying to speed up the game, and they took away clock stopping on every first down. I think maybe outside of the last 2 minutes, or maybe it's the entire game. But people like AJ who hate watching college football because the game is way too long, we'll see how the game gets shortened with no more clock stopping.
I mean, all sports I think are trying to increase scoring and decrease the length of time played, or the length of time having to watch. Like our leagues, basketball's trying to. I mean, people want to watch scoring. Like some people want to watch defense.
Yeah.
But I feel like most people want scoring.
Honestly,
like,
NBA, I was just thinking this the other day. I want to see less scoring. Like, this is the only sport where you score over 100 points in a game. And the fact that, like, some games are scoring, like, 130, 140, like, that's insane.
I think it's mainly just how skilled the players are in the NBA.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. The rim height doesn't change from college to NBA. The 3-point arc does, but not by much. Free throw line stays the same. I just feel like the players are so skilled in the NBA that scoring is going to be like that unless they make a change.
Not only that, it's that they're stricter on the defense too than they used to be.
Yeah, 100%.
So there's more free throws being taken. Yeah. There's less like contact, where like you can't really slow someone down if they, like you said, they're more skilled, but it's also that it's harder to play defense than it used to be.
Did either one of y'all end up watching that Adam Silver, Kevin Garnett interview?
No, I didn't.
No. I found it, but it was like you had to pay a subscription.
I thought it was on like Showtime or some shit.
Wait a minute, yeah, then it would be that. Maybe it's on Showtime only, or one of those.
Yeah. Oh no. Anything else, y'all? Oh wait, Luke, you saw I sent you a picture of a shark. That wasn't the best thing you've seen this week.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That was the worst thing I've seen.
That was not.
This man was wild.
Why is someone from Russia calling me?
Why is Zach?
I was like, is that
Zach
balls?
is so tickled.
Yeah, Zach wanted to bring that up like so bad.
No, I just remembered
I'm
it.
sending that to the Discord.
So I was
Not safe for work.
at the nude beach, And Tatiana was taking pictures of me while I was in the water just because she felt like it. But I saw her taking pictures, so I'm like, I'm gonna dive into the water and have my cheeks
keep
out.
that as a little
But I
dolphin.
didn't think she was gonna get that because I thought she had put the phone down right before I did it. So then I go sit down. She shows me the pictures and she starts dying laughing. I was like, I'm gonna send that to the guys and be like, I just seen a shark at the beach.
It does not look like a shark at all.
At all.
It's just my cheeks sticking out the water with a peak of my nutsack. And Phil was like, this nigga got his balls out at the beach. You wildin'.
This was very intentional.
And Luke was like, bro, I was staring at this for 5 minutes trying to see the shark.
Bro, because it was a live photo, so I watched it live, and I was like, wait, this nigga's balls is out.
But that's the thing. I think it only. I don't know. Maybe I just missed because when you open it, the second time I opened it, it played live.
Oh, did it?
The first time I opened it, it didn't play live.
Yeah.
So I'm literally like, that looks like a weird shark. So and in my head I was like, it might be a manatee. Because it could be more of a manatee than a shark.
Studying it.
But I zoomed in.
I looked at it and I was like, that's definitely not a shark.
And
I'm not sure what it is, but I just kept going.
It was-
He said it was a live
yeah.
photo and it was balls. I was like, bro.
No, it wasn't until Phil said, bro, that's a live photo, that I went back, opened it, and it was a live photo. I was like, oh, okay. That's fucking Zach.
And
Then
then
the
we
start of the live photo, your like face and head is in it.
It
yeah.
shows you doing. I was like, nah. When I saw the video, I was like, bro, is this a nigga's ass? And I was like, wait a minute, there's balls. Like, oh, this nigga's wilding, Jay.
How could you identify balls from so far away?
I mean, it's pretty easy to
I feel like
identify.
No.
I feel like
In
it's
the
pretty
water,
odd.
I had no idea
I'm
what it
super
was.
like detailed when I look at stuff. So like I
So you was studying it too.
yeah, like when I look at pictures, I'm like I look at everything. Like
Yeah.
You gotta look close
Danny
to your
hates
face.
like I catch all these little things. Like I can be super
He was
detailed
like
at
this.
times. So I
Looking
saw
on top
it
of
and
his
I was like,
glasses.
all right, that's his nigga's ass. And it was a live photo, so I watched it. I was like, wait a minute, this nigga's balls is out in the water.
How many times did you watch it?
I sent it to a whole group chat.
And then we met this old black couple at the beach. They were pretty cool. It was a brother and sister, which, I mean,
Wait, whoa.
yeah, I'm
Hold
very
on.
comfortable with being naked at the beach. Clearly, I talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
But I don't think I want to go there with my sister.
That's
and-
kind of wild.
Well, you said it was a couple.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, it wasn't a couple. It was a brother and sister. My apologies. But they were actually very cool. From Atlanta.
That's
The
weird,
sister
bro.
had
I
a
don't
lot
know.
of money. I didn't ask what she did. But the husband, he was like a day trade. Or sorry,
Husband?
the brother.
What is
The brother.
Maybe they were a couple.
No,
I
it's
think
just,
they were
a taboo
and,
couple.
And Zach's like, damn, I didn't say. I told him I wouldn't say anything.
no, they were
spilling all
definitely
their
brother
beans?
and sister. But when I met them, I thought they were a couple.
Yeah.
And then I didn't even ask like a couple related question, but I think a question that they asked, they assumed or they knew that I was assuming that they were a couple. And they were like, no, we're brother and sister. And I was like, oh, okay.
No, like no, guys. Like, it's
And
normal.
on
It's
top of
normal.
that,
We're
they
brother
were
and
there
sister.
with their dad, which was
What?
Maybe they grew up in a nature's family though. That's
I
not.
guess.
That's
Maybe.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some families are like just nature, so it's not
Yeah.
uncommon. It's not like we think of it as taboo,
Yeah.
but to them it could be the norm.
Yeah, exactly. And the dad,
I think that
the son was saying that his dad was like this big time black dude. He worked at I forget what it was, but some like big time company in Rhode Island. It sounded like they had money, but I got the dude's contact information. He was like, hit me up if you ever want to get into day trading. I was like, that probably won't, but here's my information. They was and he put me on a new drink. Crown Apple and Sprite is actually pretty decent.
Nah,
Old black people love Crown.
They do.
Crown Apple
Yeah.
Bro,
specifically.
that purple bag is legendary in the
It really is. And then very typical of this old black couple, but they were like, yeah, we just came back from the Tom Joyner cruise.
You keep calling him a couple too.
Sorry, do I? My bad. Brother and sister, they came back from the Tom Joyner cruise. Stevie Wonder, they never heard of the Lauryn Hill thing of her being late to all her shows. So they were sitting there venting to me and Tatiana. Tatiana barely even knows who Lauryn Hill is. And she was like, yeah, well, everyone knows that she shows up late as hell. So like he was showing me all his videos, typical old people shit. I'm like, bro, I don't want to see this. But I also didn't want to be rude because they invited us over for drinks. Tatiana was smoking with the sister.
Yeah, make
But-
some friends. That's how
yeah,
you do it, man.
exactly.
I love
And
hanging out with older. black
Going
people.
there, because I told you about what happened last time we were there. So I told Tatiana, I was like, when we go here, we making friends with somebody today. I'm thinking it was going to be a younger group of people. Of course, it was a old ass couple. And like I said, the swingers was out. A whole bunch of upside down pineapples. There was a flag. It had upside down pineapples and says, "We play friendly with others."
That's wild. That's big swinging right there. If you got a flag, that means you into that. Like,
exactly.
That's what you do.
There was a swole ass black dude walking up and down the beach with an upside down pineapple on his
Niggas
hat.
looking like I'm trying to cuckold somebody's wife.
Yeah, exactly. But it was a good time as always. But
They fixed the parking over there?
nah, it's still being worked on. But moving on, streaming.
Someone put Lou.
Yeah. I watched it last night. I'm not sure how long it's been out. I think it came out last year.
Lou?
Yeah, it's just like a action thriller on Netflix. So we watched it with Danny's parents. It's actually really good. It had what's that girl? I don't even know. But the movie's good. It's like an old white lady that's had a nice little plot twist to it. Some good action.
It's on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Got you.
Lou. It's about like a woman soldier empowerment type shit.
Okay.
Badass chick just saving the day.
Nice.
Hey, it's like,
I think you should leave. I think you should leave.
I put that on there, bro. He's so funny to me. I don't know. Did y'all watch it?
Nah.
No one watches it.
what?
I think you should leave.
No.
You asked
just
us,
said it
and
like
yeah,
recently.
and we
Oh,
responded.
I didn't see the response. I just didn't check my phone, I guess. But it's on Netflix. There's 3 seasons.
Oh wait, it's with
Tim Robinson.
yeah. I watched a couple of episodes.
And you didn't like it?
No, I did. There were some sketches where it was very dry, and I'm surprised you like it because I feel like it's not your type of humor.
I just think he's hilarious.
There was one I saw on TikTok that had me dying. The pay it forward.
Pay it forward, yeah.
Bro,
I saw one on
that
TikTok.
shit had me dying.
Bro, yes, yes, and that's from that's in the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, that skit. I saw it on TikTok too first,
Me and Tatiana were watching it this
I was
morning,
scrolling.
crying.
and he was like, "Fuck!" And then he like,
So
Yeah.
for AJ and Phil, he's at a drive-through. He gets his normal meal. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna pay for the person behind me, and hopefully they continue the trend. So then, as soon as he puts his order in, he fucking speeds off.
I saw that on you. I saw that on
did you?
IG. Yeah.
Okay. He's like, I want 55 burgers, 55 nuggets, 55 fries, 100 drinks.
And he's like, pay it forward. Pay it forward.
yeah.
Bro, that shit was
And then the lady
hilarious.
behind them,
Yeah,
like,
she
reversed
started
it. She's
55
like,
nuggets. She went
she's like, we're
back.
paying it forward. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
Bro, that shit
No,
was so
but-
funny.
A lot of the skit, like not every skit is great.
Yeah.
But a lot of them are hilarious to me.
Yeah, no,
So
it's very funny.
I would recommend it. Tim Robinson, I think he's hilarious.
You sure about that? Music. Spider-Man's soundtrack came out. I listened. It was whatever. Anyone else listen to the Spider-Man soundtrack by Metro Boomin?
Nope.
Nah, it was Nas is on it. I mean, there's gonna be songs that you like, but listening to it as an entire project, it's whatever. And to me, nothing is ever gonna beat Black Panther. Like the Black Panther
Probably the
soundtrack.
best one.
That's the song he has. I saw the song on Nas's Instagram because he has it with Toby and Igwe.
Yeah.
It sounded high. It sounded kind of fire.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, and you know how I feel about Nas.
I know.
But there's some songs that are good. What I liked about Black Panther soundtrack is you can listen to those songs and not realize that you're listening to a soundtrack or a soundtrack about a Marvel movie. Whereas the Spider-Man one, like they do reference Spider-Man a lot, and that's where I was like, all right, this is kind of corny. But that's all I have on that. Hillbillies.
Who's listening to Hillbillies?
This nigga Phil not even paying attention. You were the person I
come
wanted
on,
to
bro.
get a
Seriously?
reaction.
I was handing some. Sorry. The Hillbillies.
Yeah.
It's K-Dot and Baby Keem. They
Yeah.
don't miss. I put it in the group. I put it in the
Yeah, I listen.
Discord. That
I
shit's
fuck with
fire. It's a diss though too. It's a subliminal diss to Drake. The whole thing.
See, and I was seeing people say that, but I was like, I don't get it. What's the diss?
It's they.
It's
So
subliminals, X.
I know.
they used.
You gotta
They
search
looped
for them.
the beat off of you know how sticky it gets.
Did they?
Yes, they looped the beat and then they used a similar cadence of one of his old artists. I was watching like a breakdown channel that talked about
It's
the
not
whole
on
thing.
Apple Music, right?
It's on
Yeah.
YouTube. But yeah, I'll send it to you.
I've listened to the song. I
I watched the breakdown. The breakdown talks
oh,
about
the-
all the
okay.
disses. Yeah.
Yeah, but I've been seeing a lot of hip hop heads kind of hating on it.
No, I think it's just a fun, just cool track. I fuck with it. I like the whole bounce of it. That's a deep, deep ocean. That twat. Like, that shit's just hilarious. But yeah, I like it. They don't miss.
Kaytramine, you put that on there? I
Yeah.
listened. It's pretty dope.
It's a good album, bro.
Yeah.
Because we didn't talk about it last time, Jack, because I was like leaving.
Yeah.
But that album is fire. If you like Kaytranada, don't you, AJ?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That you check Kaytramine is fire.
Okay. Is his new album?
Yeah, it's him.
It dropped
and
like 2 weeks
Mine.
ago.
All
Yeah.
right, I'll check it out for sure.
But that's
Yeah,
all I had.
It's very good. I'm not like a huge Amine fan, but
Yeah, same.
it
But with Kaytra, it
sounds
sounds
nice.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it sounds
like you
nice.
should check it out. You probably like it, Luke.
I don't even know who the other person is.
he had one song that was popping, but I forget what it was called. Sports. We can finish off with sports. So NBA Finals. The Heat have made it, and we've already watched Game 1. Unfortunately, Game 1, some of the Heat players decided not to show up. Max Strus, did he hit a shot the entire game?
Nah, I think he went
Yeah.
over.
Martin didn't really do much. Jimmy, I felt like wasn't super aggressive.
Yeah,
Bam played well.
he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, though, if they make some threes, that game is a lot different. Because there's plenty of times where they got it to the within 10, and they just couldn't get over that threshold.
Yeah.
And then Denver called timeout going to like 6-8-0 run or 9-0
Yeah.
run. But if
They
they
actually had
make,
11 run too.
yeah, if they make some threes, that game is a lot closer.
Yeah, especially early on.
Yeah. They just missed good. They was getting good looks, bro. The whole game.
Did they really only shoot 2 free throws?
Yeah.
in that game? Wow. Actually, I don't want to spend too much time on it. I know I brought it up before, but back to get it off your chest. Just the fucking NBA fans in general, but Heat fans specifically throughout this playoffs, complaining about officiating
I think it's only because
every
you're
fuck.
in Miami.
That is true,
'Cause
and
everywhere they complain about it.
yeah.
But you
While
probably just
when the
see it
Lakers
from
were in the playoffs, I did see a lot of it, but it's just like, bro, one, a lot of y'all don't know the fucking rules, and two, do y'all not realize that these are the best of the best of the best?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you? Well, one, like you said, Luke, they complain about officiating in every sport, not just NBA. But it's like, do y'all want robots to officiate these games? Because if that's the case, y'all gonna enjoy the game way less. Because then everything is gonna be called,
Every
and
old
there's gonna
touch.
be so much fucking stoppage in the game. It's just obviously to a common fan or a casual fan, they don't realize like.
I think what makes it worse is that like there's so much information available about the refs.
Yeah.
And like the stats of like Scott Foster,
Yeah.
like Celtics never losing a game when Scott Foster's on a game
Yeah.
and that kind of stuff, like being blasted out puts it in the forefront, and then you see something that to a casual fan might seem like not consistent.
Yeah.
And then
Mhm.
then after that it's like, all right, then it's game over for
Yeah.
them.
Like, did y'all see the tweet I had
Yeah,
last
yeah,
night
with
about
Jokic.
the Jokic double dribble that wasn't a fucking double dribble?
Yeah.
Like those things, and I'm getting to the point where I want to just mute ref and refereeing, officiating on my
Yeah.
timeline because I can't take it anymore. But sorry, back to the game. How do y'all think y'all do game 2?
I think we need to win it, but I think our shooters will shoot better. I think Jimmy needs to be more aggressive.
100%.
I think Jimmy needs to be more aggressive shooting threes too, because the way they play,
Mhm.
like putting Joker in action, and because most of the time they'll either go under or they'll chase, or they'll take time to recover. If you start shooting those threes, even if he's not making them or doesn't make the first 2 or something, if he starts making them, they're gonna have to be more honest on that. That's gonna give Bam more looks at the rim. Bam needs to be more. He was aggressive, like offensively, but he needs to be more aggressive, like at like attacking the rim and looking for contact.
Yeah.
Even like he shot 50%, which was good, but they were all 2s and he didn't really get to the line. And he's like, not. I wouldn't say he's bailing them out, but there's a lot of times where he has Joker in a bad situation and he's leaning away from the
Or shooting a
contact and
floater.
or shooting a floater, or Jamal Murray's in help and he doesn't dunk it.
Mhm.
He tries to jelly lay it or something.
Yeah.
Like no, like be aggressive attack. Like if you have Joker chasing you and you're in the paint, stop on 2, go straight up. Don't stop on 2 and take a fadeaway shot, because 1, you're making it tougher for you, and 2, that's gonna be a foul on Joker. That's gonna be a foul on Murray, and we need those.
Also, I feel like the Nuggets, and I mean, obviously this is just speculation in my thinking, but I feel like the Nuggets, and if I'm the Nuggets, I would want Bam. I would challenge Bam to beat me. Like, I would do exactly what they did, where they're like, okay, we're gonna give Bam as many shots near the lane as he wants, because that means less 3-point shooters and less rhythm for 3-point shooting. Like Strus, if he doesn't hit the first couple, he's not going to be able to get into rhythm and knock down, or Duncan or Vincent or whoever. I'm going to force Bam to beat me and be the reason why the Heat win. Because essentially you're trading 2s for 3s at that point, because the Nuggets can hit 3s.
Yeah.
Well, they weren't hitting 3s too, though. And I see your point, and that's probably what they wanted to do. But we were still getting very good looks and open looks. So it's like,
I think you were getting better open looks in the first half than the second half. You were just hitting more, I feel like, in the second half. First half, it seemed like Strus had
there were
all
different types.
Looks.
There were different types of looks. Like, we started hitting them more, but it was Lowry with back-to-back 3s from the top of the key on Bam screening and him being open and Joker not being up and help. And then Caleb finally hit one that was like a kick out on the wing. So we were still getting the same ones you get within offense, but like Strus was missing wide open ones. He was missing from the corner, which doesn't usually happen. Highsmith was hitting his corner 3s and he was scoring. He was scoring too. So
I think he's gonna work his way in the rotation more.
So it's
because his defense.
He hooped in the fourth, but I feel like he shouldn't. Like he shouldn't. I don't think that.
I felt like he defended Jamal Murray well with his size. And so
maybe
that's
it's just
the
me.
way Highsmith played, like he didn't get. It wasn't like we were looking for him. He got buckets like
almost like garbage time.
Being not even garbage time. I mean, it was like short corner stuff. He didn't really get a lot of his points at garbage time. He got in the third quarter. He was getting short corners where they were basically cheating off him. He was sneak behind the defense. He had a few layups like that. He had somewhere they ran him off the 3. He had to pull up, or he was like hitting elbow shots. And hitting corner 3. So he got his within the offense. He was just efficient. He had some at the rim where he was a screener and he rolled, got a dunk or a finish. So those are the types we need from him. But you still need Jimmy coming out super aggressive and Bam attacking the rim and being I called it being mean rather than, because he was being aggressive offensively, but he wasn't being mean. Like he was like, instead of going through people's bodies when they were in a bad situation, he was fading away from contact, stuff like that.
I fell asleep probably halfway through the fourth. Did y'all stay in that zone? Because that zone was working for y'all for a little bit.
Yeah, the zone did work. And I before the game, I said I think zone's going to work against them, because it's almost like Joker's going to beat you if you double team every time. Because he's just bigger than everyone. He can see over the offense. He can hold the ball up and make a pass, and he's a good passer. But playing a zone is almost like doubling without having to.
Yeah. And
you cheat off of Aaron Gordon, who hasn't been able to hit shots really, or hit 3s really consistently. And you have more bodies in the paint, so it's easier to secure those rebounds. Only thing is you can't let Joker get into the paint. Like the times are getting to like the free throw area. The times where our zone was working, Joker was at the top of the key, and we're keeping him there. And if he gets to the paint, we're denying that entry pass and making them score other ways.
Yeah, he makes great passes out of the double team.
Yeah, he's good.
Like there were a couple times he was at the elbow, just catch it, turn. And
because he has good awareness. He's like, I know this person, who this person is guarding, without like looking. I know where this person is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Or so without even looking,
he's
just
person on the court, so you can see over the defense too.
Yeah.
He had like one shot in the first quarter or something like that, or the first half, and he ends with 27. I feel like he didn't like force nothing. He just let the game come to him.
Well, he never forces anything.
Yeah.
That's kind of just how he plays. It makes him so
it was
good.
That was one of my like other than the I guess the regular season I didn't really watch any Nuggets games, so like
The way you win is you play him honest. Don't let him get 15 assists.
Yeah.
Keep him under 10 assists, under 7 assists, and
Make him beat you scoring.
and run the hell out of him, or like put him in every single action on defense,
And
slow him down. Like the one thing that we did good playing him is like that the Lakers didn't do well at all is when Joker's in transition bringing the ball up, AD was letting him do that.
Yeah.
He was playing defense from the free throw line and just letting Joker, and then Joker's gonna make a good decision. Bam was picking him up at half court,
Zeller, too.
sometimes full, so that he couldn't just like very easily get those, just bring the ball up unpressured. And lastly, before I let y'all go, what was it that we did well? If we're making shots, like our defense against the Nuggets off of made shots was like miles better than our defense off of our misses and having to play in transition. Because that team, they're just so good that if you miss a shot and you let them get in transition, even if you get a stop and they don't score in transition, they're automatically in the next thing and they're attacking mismatches. If you make a shot and you have a chance to set your defense, or just like or pick up the ball pick the ball full court, whether it's Joker or Murray, and they're getting into their half court with 16-second shot clock versus a 20-second shot clock, it's a lot easier to play defense and get stops.
Gotcha.
So a lot of that came off of missed shots.
Have they said if Hero is playing game 2?
No, it's not confirmed. I heard it was like speculating for game 3, but who knows if he comes back early.
Gotcha.
Woj, I think, had like hinted at game 2.
Okay.
But I don't know.
there's a video going around where like Shaq after the game. Did you guys see that one?
Wait,
Where Shaq after the game, they were like going back to the bus or something. He was saying what's up to the Heat players, and he asked Hero if he's playing, and then it sounds like Hero says next one. So people are speculating that he could be back next one, but I don't know if it's for sure.
I mean, it was fun to watch because both teams play. I feel like I just like the way both teams play, like the style of
the
play
ball movement,
the ball movement. The shooters from both teams relocate really well, off ball. They just did I don't know, just
both teams are good at finding holes in the defense.
Yeah,
and
both teams did
and staying composed.
And I like that both teams also have a big that's a great passer.
Yeah.
Like Bam's a great passer. Obviously, we talked about Jokic being a great passer, but I think that's also fun to watch when the big isn't a ball stopper, where like the ball goes in the paint and then it's either a shot or a turnover. I like when the bigs can pass and facilitate an offense.
Yeah, I hope Love can play because that'll help too. Because they'll put Joker on Love, and he'll have to be
Love
honest
didn't
on those
play.
threes.
I thought he played in game 1.
No,
I don't think he did.
Yeah.
I thought he did.
It's been kind of quiet, but I'm pretty sure that he was hurt or he got hurt in the last series.
And that's what I thought last series because I know he wasn't playing at all. So, and I asked my boss that.
I think
was
you can
like,
find it though online.
And they
if someone's
attacked
hurt.
and they were attacking him on defense, which it'll be harder for the Nuggets to do. They were just like Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum going.
Yeah, Love makes a huge difference in y'all transition game.
And rebounding too. Like I don't know if you guys have noticed, but when Love is in the game, similar to how Jokic like he can throw those full court passes.
Yeah.
Teams won't go for offensive rebounds as much when Kevin Love's in the game. Like I noticed a huge difference with in how the Celtics were playing. Like I was like, no one's going for almost every team tries to get offensive rebounds on us because we're smaller. But when Love was in the game, it was like they're taking threes, and before the ball's even like coming off the rim, people are getting back. In a way. So that'll help too.
Got you. All right, y'all got anything else?
No, sir.
All right.
Are we doing finals predictions? We didn't do it last week, did we?
We didn't. Nah.
Did we text? No, I don't think we texted or anything.
I had
Nah.
the Heat in 6.
I don't want to say.
Yeah, it's tough. I think the Heat.
You
I'm
don't
gonna
wanna
pick the
say
Heat. I think we can do it, but it's gonna be tough. Like we're gonna have to play perfect basketball, really.
Why don't you want to say?
Because I'm the jinx, bro.
Oh, I forgot.
That's facts.
That's facts. Yeah, don't say nothing. I think it's. And I talked to AJ about it. I think it's Nuggets in 6. But I could see both. I could see either team
Oh,
winning.
you said 5.
The thing that I love
No,
about the
why
Heat
not?
is that
No.
we're never
I
out.
talked to
Even
you
in
about
that
it.
game where we were down 20, Like we still made runs, we still
Yeah.
made pushes. We're never out of it.
Yeah, I agree.
It'll just be we have to get one over there, maybe two, to win.
And
But
having
yeah.
love play, I hate watching Zeller. Like,
I think if Hero comes back and he can be the hero that we saw in the Bucks game 1,
no pun intended.
yeah, if he can, then I think that just adds a different dynamic for us and
Oh
more
wait,
scoring.
you actually meant like his last name Hero.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant him being like an actual superhero.
No, he played really well in that game that he got hurt. Like he was efficient. He was putting pressure on their defense and hitting shots. And he's like he plays better in bigger games.
Yeah.
So
Got you.
So I hope he can give us something.
Yup. All right. This has been another episode of Save for the Pod, episode number 110. Phil, hit the drop. Peace.
Oh.